Hi everybody, just setting this up. Hope you had a good Tuesday. And you can see oil miners and oil is pumping. You can see here on Monday, test the buy zone. And as per my daily forecast, I'm thinking oil miner is going to pump. Let's quickly show you daily chart to show you what exactly I have it here. My favorite sector is oil right now. And you can see breakout, right? This resistance zone is broken right now, and it's now going towards this other resistance of 80. Okay, so this whole thing became support now, so we have to turn this down to support, and we're gonna mark it with green. All right, and I want to show you what happened on 1 hour chart. You can see when we draw a line like 1 hour chart, and if you draw a trend line from here like this, see what happened. We broke out. All right, we broke out on this day, which was around 14th of December, all right? And then this was big resistance, so we just chopped around here, tried to make a flag. You can see we were making flag, momentum was going lower, and we decided to break out, and then we back tested, okay? You can see oil came out, broke this resistance, make a higher high. Then yesterday, it was here just in the support zone, and again, boom today, all right? So again, anyhow, so oil is looking very bullish. If I go to daily chart again, next level of resistance is here, and I think it's going to go there without any issues. And if I get you another indicator just to get moving averages here, you can see what happened today. We now closed above this white line, which is 20 EMA. All right, so this white line is, these are moving averages, so this is the first successful close above 20 EMA. You can see since when, since here. Okay, this was October. Since October, we've been just going down, all right? Since October, we went down 21, 22%, all right? And you can see even we tried here to close above that, we could not. And then here intraday, we went above and then got rejected, all right? This is the first close above this 20 EMA line, which is very, very bullish since October, all right? And you can see what was happening. We made a new low, oil made a new low, but you can see RSI made a higher low, right? So this is a divergence, which is means momentum is building higher here. So now this indicator is looking like bullish. So next resistance is here. There are multiple lines here. This dark blue line, which is 200 SMA. Light blue line is 200 EMA. Red line is 50 daily SMA. Yellow line is 50 daily EMA. So multiple resistances are coming here. So I think oil is going to most likely go here around 5% pump, then maybe consolidate a bit, and then it's going to try to move up. Okay. Uh, so that's what I'm expecting. And go with PPO indicator and see if we got a crossover. You can see PPO also had a crossover. Green line is above red line, which is very bullish. This crossover happened on Friday, 15th of December. So everything is looking great for oil and oil miners. And I'm holding CNQ up 1.6% today. And my targets are here, a couple of targets here from where we closed today. I'm looking for first target around 3%, second target around 5.5%. All right, and then I'm going to exit. All right, so around a little bit more higher to go, and then I'm happy after 5%, 5.5% gain. All right, and all oil miners like XOM. Let me find XOM. So I buy CNQ because that's the biggest. I live in Canada, so that's the biggest Canadian oil miner. But XOM, you can see 1.32%. You can see what was happening here. It was making lower highs, lower lows, and you can see divergence. RSI was making higher high. We made a new low here, but RSI was higher high, you can see, and then even PPO had also a slight divergence, all right? So now, even on XOM, green line is above red line, and I got a green buy signal. So XOM has a lot of potential, okay? There's a big gap here around 116, 115.59. It can potentially run almost 12% higher, all right? So keep that in mind. There's a lot of potential on oil miners. So that's what I'm looking to buy, all right? If you want to buy 3x ETF, OILU is one of them, up 4%, NRGU is the other one, and the other one is ERX. This is the other one, okay? This was also, I don't know why it's not loading the price here. Let me restart this. It's really weird. Usually it shows price here. Let me refresh it and see if something weird happened with this trading view. Sometimes it crashes. So let me go back to daily chart. Let me get rid of this indicator. Yeah, now it's showing. So ERX up 2.53%. This is like XLE. So that's my other favorite indicator. Sorry, ETF, XLE, oil miner, 1.2% up. All right. So ERX is 2x. So the target here is this 90.18. And let me get add PPO again. So even you can see here also we have green line above red line, even CNQ. CNQ did not have it, so CNQ is a bit weaker than other oil miners, but I did get a green dot here, which is a buy signal. So most likely tomorrow green line will be above red line, and maybe it will go above that. So Suncor is the other one. Let's see. Even Suncor is showing green line above red line. So, and also there was a gap here. This is also filled, so you can delete this gap. So anyhow, so bottom line is I'm very bullish on oil miner, and and then S&P 500 other stocks are trying to make a top. Let's quickly go to Bitcoin before we move with other stock market, because I know a lot of people come here for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, you can see what's happening here. Bitcoin price is making higher high, and RSI is making lower high. PPO is kind of flat. So and also we have a bearish crossover. What does that mean? Green line is below red line. So that's a bearish crossover, and I have a red sell signal I got here this day, 11th of December. Okay, since then it's just chopping around, but there is a gap here around. So all these gaps 90% of the times will be filled if I zoom out. First gap around 20, 39,000, second gap 34, 29, 26, and 20K. All right. I don't know when this will be filled, but eventually it will be filled. So from here, first gap closes around 7.5%. So be careful, man. Be careful, guys. This is coming. All right. So don't be too bullish. Ethereum, same thing. Actually, the gap here is a bit lower, around 1850. So where it is right now, it can go up around 14-15% down. All right. So be careful on crypto. And let's go to live market on Bitcoin. You can see here, if I zoom out, massive resistance area. This is where it is right now, around 44K. It's near massive resistance. So yeah, it's just near resistance. So let's see, it can consolidate. You can see going higher even on live market, lower momentum on RSI, even PPO here, it's showing better here. You can see PPO also making lower highs, prices making higher high. This is a reversal is coming, guys. So be careful, okay? This is where this is giving you early indication. So you got to be prepared for that. All right, so I'm done with crypto. Let's quickly look at VIX. So VIX is consolidating, okay? It's made a new low, which you can see made a new low, but RSI is higher high, PPO is higher high, and you can see here green line is above red line, and I have a green buy dot on VIX. All right, so that's an early indication that you have to be careful. Market is just playing around. We are in a bull market, don't get me wrong, but I think we're due for a big pullback. All right, let's go to regular trading sessions, and you can see here this gap is still not filled. There's a gap here on SPY 470, another gap here around 455. So most of these gaps should fill at some point. So in my opinion, it's just a matter of time, and then eventually we're gonna get a pullback, which maybe it will happen in January. Okay, maybe market is just gonna fool everybody out and then get a pullback, but that pullback is coming. So be careful. Triple Qs, same thing here. If I go to 1 hour chart, this gap is still a little bit of gap left, still not filled. So looking for this top to happen very, very soon, maybe this week, next week, and then get a pullback. All right. So that's what I'm thinking. And then Dow Jones, let's go to DIA ETF. Here you go. Let's go to 1 hour chart. No gaps here. So again, looking for this to kind of top out very soon and looking for a pullback. IWM actually did fill this gap. So actually it gapped up. So it created another gap. So this gap will be filled at some point. I just don't know when. So just be careful. The small caps looking for a top out, and then it's going to come for a pullback. All right. Gold miners looking very good. You can see it came to support and then bounce. Nothing changed. So looking for higher highs now. Higher highs, higher lows. Silver, same thing. It will do whatever gold will do, but it's near massive resistance area. So it's still higher high. Is it getting ready for new high? Looks like it. We'll see. Look to buy any pullbacks on silver. Natural gas. Again, you can see massive buy on natural gas came all the way down. People started buying it. I'm still looking for this to fail, looking for new lows until January, February, and then maybe looking for divergence. Okay, that's what I'm expecting on natural gas. Dollar index got rejected here, which is not a good news. If it goes down, then that means stock market will go up, Bitcoin and crypto will go up. But for now, it's near resistance. Let's wait for it to close above that. Let's see what else is here. Toronto Stock Exchange up 1%. So again, did it any gaps here? No gaps. Slight gap here. Okay, so I do need to fill this gap. We do need to fill this gap and market. So now it will market with green gaps are to the downside, red gaps are to the top side. All right, and then Hang Seng Index. All right, this is our daily chart, and you can see it broke out on Hang Seng Index, and now back testing, and then just looking good. So like if I go to 1 hour chart, you can see very nicely it broke out. This gap is still there, it's still not filled. So let's see, maybe it will come back, fill this gap before it goes out, breakout. We will see. Bond market looking good, looking for like making a flag here. So I think the next target whenever it breaks out will be a distance of this flag. So let's see here. So from here to here, if this flag breaks out, it could go to next resistance here around 15155. All right. So that's what I think, which is the major confluence here for that. So let's mark it with a triangle, rectangle here. Oops, what happened here? Okay, so this is the next, most likely next resistance zone for bond market here. Let me make it red and red background here. All right, going towards here you go. All right, uh, commodities. Let's load the copper. Buy the dip. Commodities. Look to buy dip. Palladium. Again, oh wow, nice move, nice move. It broke this resistance. So now this became support. And so I'm going to mark this with green. So things are looking good on Palladium. You can see nicely it broke out, and since it's looking nice, very overbought short term. So look to buy the dip. Any dips, look to buy on Palladium. So looks like bottom is in. So look to buy Palladium. Okay, you can see how low it is since the all-time high. It went from here almost 73% down, right? It's just starting now. Breakout happened. Things are looking good. A lot of upside potential on Palladium. Soybeans is in the buy zone. Commodities, I'm very bullish on commodities and oil, so look to buy and accumulate here. Wheat also looking good, just consolidating, like going for looking for next leg high. Corn also near 52 weeks low. This is the other one I'm looking to accumulate, so look to buy this whenever you get a chance. Sugar looking for new low. Yeah, I did make a new low. That's good news. I'm looking for some divergences, so maybe just a little bit more lower. Want to see some divergence. Still not seeing that. Very oversold or oversold short term. So looking for a little bit more lower, and then that will be good area to buy sugar, in my opinion. What else is there? Tesla looking nice, 2% up. Gap here, gap here. No gap on. Did it make any gap today? Let's see. Oh, another gap created. Okay, so that's not good news because eventually it will come to fill this gap. So just be mindful. You see all these green lines, it's creating gaps everywhere, right? So look to buy on one of the gap fills, all right? I'm not looking to buy right now. Apple near resistance. If I go to 1 hour chart, this gap, is it filled? Still, let me mark it better here. So it is filled. So I'm going to delete this gap. So you can see how nicely gaps do get filled. Now there are a couple of gaps to the downside and it's near massive resistance. So you should not be looking to buy, especially when there's divergence on RSI, all right? New highs on RSI, lower high, PPO, lower high. Netflix trying to make a new high again, but with divergence on RSI, okay? So be careful here. Microsoft also making a new high with divergence here, okay? You can see short term here, there's a divergence on Microsoft. You can see price made a new high here, and we have RSI made a lower high on a couple of gaps to the downside. Google near resistance zone, so not interested to buy here. Meta, Facebook going towards next gap fill 357 and 362. These are the other two targets. So things are looking okay, I guess, in Meta. Let me go to automatic chart. Give me a second. Here you go. So yeah, I don't think there was any gaps on 1 hour chart. Google, I'm just going to click on a scan. Are there any gaps on any of these big tech sectors? Not here. Snowflakes, Nvidia. Nvidia had a gap down, came to fill this gap. You can see how nicely these gaps are always filled. So I'm going to mark our gap as yellow. AMD is here. Okay, let's go back to daily chart. All right. So again, Amazon, new highs with divergences everywhere. So just be careful. Same thing on RSI and PPO, massive divergence. All right. I'm not interested in buying any tech stocks right now. Snowflake's near resistance. Nvidia gap down. Maybe it will come fill that gap, but there are other couple of gaps to the downside as well. AMD also looking like very overbought short term. All right. Not looking to buy any of these. Gold miners, 1 hour chart, gap up, another gap created. So let's see. Most of these gaps should get filled. Sorry, IWM, not gold miners. Newmont mine here. Let's see if it filled, made a gap. It does look like another gap is created. Gap created on Newmont mine. Let me go back to daily chart. Here you go. All right. Gold miners, GDX. This gap is filled. So delete this. 1 hour chart made another gap. Gaps ups, gaps downs, all gaps to get filled. All right. So looking for these gaps to fill to the downside. Let's look at sector-wise XLK. Keep going higher with, if it keeps going higher, this divergence will erase. Little divergence on RSI. PPO has better divergence. So yeah, just be a bit careful. XLE looking for next target 90 bucks. XLV nicely on this trend line, holding the trend line. Gap around 135, looking to fill that. Utilities sector also holding this trend line nicely, looking for this gap fill 66, 65, sorry, 0.98, and then XLI, multiple gaps to the downside. Real estate sector also fill this gap, so delete this gap. Now there are a couple of gaps to the down. There's another gap here on top, 41. So let's see which gaps get filled first. Financial sector, this gap is filled. It was gap down yesterday, and now there are a couple of gaps to the downside. KRE, couple of gaps to the downside. Shopify, also gaps to the downside, so not interested in buying these. Walmart looking very bullish from last couple of days, and I was telling everybody to buy. This is the buy zone. It just came above that. I still do not see any divergences here. So if Walmart comes back down in this gap fill, sorry, not a gap fill, like a buy area, look to buy it there. All right. What else is there? UNH is also, I'm keeping an eye. Want to see some divergences in RSI, so looking for this rejection and come to this buy zone here around 500 bucks. And is there anything else interesting? I think I covered everything else. Okay, so let's quickly look at the zones for tomorrow, and let's see if we can find anything interesting which we can buy. Let me get my indicator here, and I'll take a look at your questions very soon. But let me see here. All right. So yes, 500 is in the sell zone, so not interested to buy. Nasdaq 100 in the sell zone, Dow Jones in the sell zone, Russell 2000 in the sell zone. Everything is in the sell zone. Crude oil is in the sell zone. Gold also in the sell zone. Natural gas was in the buy zone. You can see it bounced nicely. It came here around 10 o'clock this morning and then bounced from here. Massive 7% pump. Bitcoin, same thing. Touched the buy zone again around 12:59 p.m. and then bounced right from there. Bounce 1.54% pump. All right. Hang Seng Index, China. You can see China also same thing here. This indicator works for every sector, every stock. You can see after touching buy zone 2% higher. All right. So interesting indicator. Sugar came to buy zone and then bounce. You can see buy zone to bounce. 3.8% a pump. Corn. Let's quickly look at corn is in the buy zone. So I will be looking to buy corn here. Short term looking like it can bounce very soon. Wheat bounce from the buy zone also here. You can see here nicely bounces here. I think nothing else is in the buy zone, to be honest. Nvidia, there was a gap here, it filled. I'm not looking to buy any of the tech stocks right now. All just consolidating. So yeah, overall everything is bullish. Nothing is in the buy zone other than commodities, okay, which I already told you. So that's what I'm looking for. All right, Shiva, what's your question? Could you show your TOS famous chart? I don't have TOS open right now. Maybe tomorrow I will do that. I have to set up charts. I haven't used TOS for a while. Which broker site you use to buy stocks? I just use uh, my own bank. Uh, just use that to buy stocks. I don't use any automated trading systems to buy stock. But yeah, I'll see if I can set up Thinkorswim tomorrow to show you guys what this looks like. I haven't done that. I might have to review and make setups. TradingView is pretty easy. You can use on your phone, so it gets so easier for reviewing stocks on a daily basis. Thinkorswim gets there's like no app, right? The app is like so complicated, it doesn't open on the phone. Okay, guys. All right, hit the like button on your way out, and if you want to join, I share these buy sell zones with my subscribers. There's a link in the description if you want to join my subscriber list. That will be amazing. All right, guys. See you. Have a good day. Bye.